We do everything from collecting the seed for the greenhouse and seeding to transplanting.
It's not easy restoring what's almost gone.
They're a lot harder than growing your typical garden center plants.
In the springtime, this place, called Prairie Restoration near Princeton, Minnesota, will grow, ship, or plant upwards of 250,000 native prairie flowers. Everything from rattlesnake masters to Joe Pye weed. But Prairie Restoration is more than the name of a nursery. It is a passion belonging to founder Ron Bowen.
Prairie Resto was a vision that I really started, in the late 60s or maybe even early 70s, but essentially it was a function of me seeing in those days the fringe area of the metro just getting gobbled up. And with what? Primarily blacktop streets, driveways, homes, shopping malls, and whatever was green that was left was basically being put into turf grass. I saw an absolute need for some alternative. We needed to do something better to nurture the landscape and to really nurture ourselves.
During the century previous, Minnesotans were bent on plowing up the state's prairie landscape until today, less than 1% of 18 million acres remains.
Like anything else, as it gets short in supply, there should be a rising demand for that. And that was an easy equation to think about. Hey, prairies are almost gone. Let's start to put some back.
With that revelation, Bowen set out to redo the prairie.
It became real clear right away that we had to make our own stuff. So we started to learn how to grow seed. We collect initial plant population from a remnant, maybe a railroad track or maybe a little corner somewhere that hadn't been plowed. And we'd take that material and put it into our greenhouses, grow it into plants, grow those into more plants, put them into a field, and pretty quick we might have 5 acres or 25 acres. And then we could mechanize and harvest that seed.
Today, Bowen's passion for prairie has grown beyond his wildest dreams. His customers range from giant corporations to hobby farmers.
My long-range goal for Prairie Resto is that it will be here in perpetuity. We will have a group of employees, excuse me, we'll have a team of people that work at this site, generation after generation. At least that's my hope. And they need the means to do their work. They need to have the land and the tools and the income so they can be paid and run this operation. And that's my intent.
Restoring prairies in Minnesota also has a future as bright as a native flower, because to know a prairie is to love it.
We hoped it was going to look like this, and we're real happy with it. It took about 4 years for it to come to this point. I'm kind of an old farm boy, so I guess we just enjoyed the prairie and out there, and it just seemed like a good idea.
Seemed like a good idea. One backyard, 1 acre, 1 field at a time. That's Bowen's dream, restoring back what we so carelessly lost so long ago.
We really do all shapes and sizes from 100 square feet to 1,000 acres. It really varies.
They're planting what wants to be here, what was originally here.
The flowers, of course, are always a favorite, and they're beautiful. But it's really the grasses that are kind of the background, the backbone of the prairie.
And once again, a native piece of America is waving in the wind.
We as a society, I think, now are really understanding that it is critical to the health of our society and to us as individuals.
And thanks to Ron Bowen, the prairie landscape remaining in Minnesota now is 1% and growing.